House of Admetus, farewell. Apollo takes his leave of you with regret, even though it was here that I suffered what no god ever should. Here, in this house, I was enslaved to a mere mortal, to Admetus, king of Thessaly. I do not blame him. The author of my shame was Zeus. He killed my son, Asclepios, stabbed him through the heart with a thunderbolt, and I in anger retaliated. I killed the one-eyed Cyclops who made that lethal bolt for Zeus. And so, in punishment, Zeus sentenced me, a god, to this duress, forced me to become the lowest of the low, a mere shepherd to Admetus. And yet, Admetus proved to be a godly man. He showed me every kindness. His generosity was staggering. To pay him back, I devised a gift befitting a god. I saved him from death. He was doomed to die young, but I struck a deal with the fates. He could live, they decided, if someone died in his place. One by one, Admetus asked them all those bound to him by ties of love, but no one would. Not even his father and mother, all refused. All but one, his wife, Alcestis. She alone volunteered. She alone agreed to leave the sweet light of the sun and take his place below. And now, her hour has come. She is fading fast, soon to breathe her last. And so, I leave with regret. I love this house that sheltered me. I love Admetus, king of Thessaly. But I cannot expose myself to death's pollution. Look, already, Death herself, high priest of hell, is here to take her victim to the underworld. She has been waiting for this day. And here she is, punctual as always.
Still skulking around this house, Apollo? Are you trying to cheat me again?
I have a thought that might interest you.
Nothing you say could interest me. Alcestis is mine. Or do you mean to take her from me by force?
I have no need of force. Reason is on my side.
Then why the bow and arrows, Apollo?
It's my custom to carry them.
It is your custom to meddle where you should not.
I only wish to help my friends.
You only wish to dishonor me. You saved Admetus. You cannot save his substitute.
I ask you only to postpone her death. Let her live to old age.
Never! She gave her solemn word to take her husband's place. The die is cast.
What do you care if she dies young or old?
The younger my victim, the more mankind fears me. Young deaths bring more reverence.
But old deaths bring more riches. Let Alcestis die old and her funeral wealth is yours.
Bending the rules to favor the rich again, Apollo? Wealth is no protection from death.
Then you refuse my appeal?
As I have refused all appeals since the dawn of time.
Your lack of mercy is disgusting. Men hate you for it, and so do I.
Even you must learn a limit, Apollo. You cannot have your way in everything. You will not have it now.
Not so fast, Death. Shall I tell you what I foresee?
Whatever.
Death, you will yield yet. For all your insolence, a man will come to Admetus' house. A man, I say. Man enough to kill the nine-headed Hydra, and to break the wild stallions of Diomedes. He will find himself welcome in this house. He will fight with you and break you, Death, and by brute strength, bring Alcestis back. So, in the end, you see, I will get what I asked for. But you will not have my thanks, only my hatred. You have it now.
Rave on, Apollo. Hurl your impotent threats. Call your delusions prophecy. You have no power here. You have lost, as all must lose who challenge death. And now it is time Time for this woman, this Alcestis, to go beneath the earth. With this sword I consecrate her death. The head whose curls are cut by this bright blade is dedicated to the gods below. Forever. What do you see? What do you see there?
I see nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing at all.
But what about...
Yes, no, there's nothing. No cleansing water.
No locks of hair hanging in the courtyard.
No signs of death anywhere.
Maybe she's still alive.
Oh, let her live.
She must be alive. If the queen had died, there would be a servant outside to tell us so.
Oh, Apollo, Lord of light and healing, come and calm this storm of sorrow.
Come and save our precious queen.
Quiet.
What?
Do you hear something?
That's just it.
What?
I don't
What?
hear anything. I don't hear anything. We'd be hearing keening if the queen had died.
Yes, we would.
You're right, we would. There's no keening.
No keening. No sounds of women wailing and beating their breasts. That sound that says, it's over.
If she had died, the house would shrill with sorrow.
Maybe she's died already. Maybe Admetus has buried her.
Without a funeral service, never.
Never. Such a queen deserves the most lavish funeral.
And we deserve a chance to mourn her.
She must still be alive.
Oh, let her live.
But how can that be? How can she live? This is the day of death. Look, a servant girl is coming out. Now we will know the truth. Tell us, please, miss, is Alcestis alive or dead?
Still alive, but fading fast. She has very little time left.
Nothing can be done to save her?
All that kings might do, our king has done. Everywhere on all the altars of the gods, the blood of sacrifice runs to overflowing. But it's no use. There's no escaping it. There's nothing to be done now but prepare for the funeral. She will be buried as we knew her and loved her, a queen.
Queen without peer.
For courage and for love, Alcestis has no rival.
It's true. What woman has ever loved a man so much? And what woman has ever shown such bravery and beauty in the face of death? This morning, when she knew her day had come, she bathed in water drawn from running streams, and then she opened the great cedar chest, took out her richest, finest things, and dressed herself in all her loveliness. How beautiful she looked. And then she knelt before the hearth and prayed to Hestia. Bright goddess who guards my home, I am going to the world below. This is the last time I shall ever kneel at your feet. Lady, I pray you protect my children and be good to them. Give my little boy a loving wife and give my girl a noble, worthy husband. Do not let them die young like me. Let them live out their lives happily in their native land. Then she went to pray at all the altars in the house, wreathing each with garlands of fresh myrtle. And she wept not at all, made no outcry. That sweet face of hers, composed and calm as though no evil thing could ever touch her. When she entered the bedroom, though it was a different story, then the tears flowed. Dear bed, she exclaimed, it was here I offered my maidenhood and my love to Admetus. Now I offer him my life. Some other girl may sleep here in my place. She may be happier than I, but not more loving. Soon she was joined by her children, crying and clinging to her. She hugged them and kissed them and said goodbye. Then the servants came crowding around, weeping. She held out her hand to each. No one there, not even the meanest, was left out. Graciously, simply, she said goodbye. This is what Admetus has lost. What has he gained but life? What kind of life will that be?
He must be in great pain.
Yes, he's crying, holding her in his arms, imploring her not to leave him, madly wanting what cannot be. She can barely breathe, but with what little breath she has left, she's calling for the sun's sweet light. The light she'll never see again. Now I must go and announce your presence. Thank you for coming to grieve with us. It isn't everyone who cares enough about their rulers to offer sympathy in times of sorrow, but you have always been loyal to my masters.
Is there no answer?
No way out?
Must it be disaster?
Oh, Apollo, god of healing, hear our prayer. Have pity on this house.
Save Alcestis from death as you saved Admetus.
Beat back this ruthless, brutal god.
O nax paian exere me hanantin ad me to kakon poridze de poridze kai paros gar told eferes kai nun luterios ek thanatu genu fonion da popaus an haidan.
Boa son o stenak san o Pheriac thon tan aristan Gunai ka merai no menan no so katagak thonion par haidan.
Boa sono, stenak sono, fereag thon, tan aristan, gunai kao, Alcestis so, oi moi.
O sun, sweet shining light, white clouds swelling in the blue, sweet earth of Iolkos where I was born, oh house that sheltered me when I was a girl.
Don't leave me, Alcestis. Stand and live. The gods are strong and may be merciful. Pray to them. Implore them for pity's sake to spare you.
I see the black water and the dead lake. I see the ferryman of the dead, Charon, leaning on his pole, calling me. Why are you waiting, Alcestis? It's time to leave, Alcestis. Come, hurry. Don't you hear him calling?
It is a bitter crossing for us both.
I feel a hand. Someone, something, holding me hard, forcing me down to the halls of the dead. So dark. And look, those black eyes glowing, those great black wings beating over me. It is death. How terribly he frowns. No, please, no, let me go. The road is dark and I am afraid.
Save her. Dear gods, please save her.
Children, goodbye. I love you. The light is yours, children. Be happy in the light.
Goodbye? I would rather die myself than hear you say that word.
Admetus, I am dying. Dying so you may live. I could have chosen otherwise, but I could not live without you. I could not bear to see my children lose their father, nor our people their king. Now, hear my last wish. If you love our children as much as I, then do not take a second wife and make her mistress here, where she may do our children harm because they're mine and she is jealous. Promise me, Admetus, promise me you will never remarry. A new wife can be vicious to the children of the old. No viper is deadlier. I don't fear for our boy, but what of our daughter? What will her childhood be like if you take a new wife? Will she be loved and cared for, or despised and neglected? What about her marriage? A jealous stepmother could hinder her prospects and spoil her wedding day, and I won't be there to protect her. I won't be there to hold her hand during childbirth when a girl needs her mother the most. I won't even be there later today to dry her tears. I have to die now. Not tomorrow or the next day, but in only a minute.
You have my word. My solemn promise. No other woman will ever live with me here. There was no woman in Thessaly by birth so noble, or in looks so lovely. None. None who could ever take your place in my home or heart. In death as in life, you are my wife. I will always love you, and you alone.
Friends, You have heard Admetus give his word. He will never make another woman welcome in this house. He will honor my memory.
And I will keep my promise. I swear it.
Then give me your hand and swear another oath.
Anything.
Promise to love our children as a mother would.
I will do all I can for them. I will try to love them as you would. This I promise. But neither they nor I will be the same without you.
Time will dull your grief. The dead are nothing.
Take me with you. Alcestis, let me die with you.
Then my death would be in vain.
Stay with me then. Fight it off.
Darkness now. So heavy.
Oh, gods. Why is this happening?
Goodbye. I love you all very much.
Alcestis, please. Without you, I'm nothing.
No, I am nothing. The dead are nothing. Goodbye. Be happy, Admetus. Be proud of your wife. Children, be proud of your mother. Goodbye.
Oh, 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 gods in heaven. Oh, this is too much to bear. She's left us. She's gone. If I could sing like Orpheus, I'd go beneath the ground right now, charm the god of hell and bring her back. Wait for me below, Alcestis. Wait until I die. Make a house for us where we can be together. Oh, the gods.
There was nothing you could have done, Admetus.
True. It was my parents. They did it. Their cowardice killed her, and they will have my hatred always. Their love was a lie, but you, Alcestis, you loved me so much that you gave your life. In death, I will never leave your side, for in life you alone stood beside me to the bitter end.
We will stand with you now, Admetus, as friends should.
Be brave, Admetus, and bear this patiently. You were not the first to lose a loving wife, and you will not be the last. We are all born to die.
I know. Day after day I saw it coming. Those great wings like a black shadow swooping down on us. All we could do was wait. But enough. I must attend to her funeral. I now proclaim a period of public mourning. Put on black in sign of sorrow. Throughout this city let the lyre be still. Let no one touch a flute until 12 full months have passed. As for me, I will not mourn Alcestis for 1 year, but for the rest of my life. Now and forever I banish from my house all festivity. The happiness that filled these rooms, the music, merrymaking, dancing, I banish for all time. I used to play the lute, but I will never touch its strings again. Alcestis shall have from me the honor she deserves. I shall never bury anyone I loved so much, nor anyone who loved me more. Now, good friends, help me by remaining here. Raise a song in honor of Alcestis, and by the beauty and power of your singing, cry defiance to this hard and bitter god, whom nothing will appease but death.
Sugaro monao pila gunai kon suton hautos et los fosin antisa samepsai tu ho exaida Kupausoithon epono thepesoi kunai.
Bravest of women, your light will always shine. Hero, now goddess, your grave will the shrine. More than love, something greater still than love, led you onward, Alcestis, our queen, our light, our love. Farewell, Alcestis, we shall not see your like again.
Our grief is less than you deserve.
Our praise falls short of what you did.
You shine in memory.
Death shall not eclipse the glory of your shining.
Onward, upward, hither, yonder, somewhere, elsewhere, and all parts between.
Heracles?
Onward, upward, hither, yonder, somewhere, elsewhere, and all parts between. My labors call me and test me and prove me and make me. You must see the greatest superhero that the world has ever seen. Oh, I give you greetings, friends. Is King Admetus here?
He is, Heracles, but tell us, what business brings you to Thessaly?
Obligation, friend. I have a labor to perform for King Eurystheus.
Oh, well, what is your mission, and where are you bound?
My destination's Thrace. A long, hard journey. My orders are to capture the horses of Diomedes.
Diomedes' horses? It can't be done, Heracles. Those horses are wild. They can't be broken.
Can't be broken, did you say?
Not without a fight.
Oh, fighting's what I do. My labors are my life.
You'll be lucky even to get to the horses. You'll have to get past Diomedes first.
And why should I fear him?
He won't hesitate to kill you.
Oh, let him try. He's no match for me.
But those horses.
What about them?
Haven't you heard?
They're monsters, killers, cannibals. They feed on human flesh.
They have teeth so sharp and fast they can slice a man to ribbons.
And Diomedes bred these pretties. Did he? And who bred him? Who does he claim to be?
Oh, well, his father was the war god Ares, or so he boasts.
Ares' son. Of course. There you have the story of my life. One after another, I've had to fight every bastard son the war god ever had. It's a damned hard road I'm doomed to travel, friends. Oh, but no one on this earth has ever seen me shrink from a fight, and no one ever will.
Oh, here comes King Admetus now to welcome you in person.
Welcome, Heracles, son of Zeus. Welcome to my house.
Heaven smile upon you and yours, Admetus.
Thank you, friend.
Why are you dressed in black? Are you in mourning?
There has been a death in my house, Heracles. The funeral is today.
Oh, not one of your children.
No, thanks be to heaven, my children are alive and well.
Your father, then. At least he has lived a long, full life.
My father is well. My mother, too.
Oh, no. Oh, not your wife. Not Alcestis.
Yes.
Oh, the gods!
No, Heracles, no. I mean no.
What are you saying, Admetus? Is she alive or is she dead?
Both.
Alive and dead. These are riddles, Admetus. Talk sense.
You know that she is doomed to die.
I know that she promised to take your place below.
So how can I think of her as still alive?
Oh, but don't mourn her before she has died.
Those who are doomed are as good as dead.
I think most people see a difference between being alive and being dead.
Well, most people don't live with someone sentenced to death.
I am sorry to have found you so distraught, but who has died then? Why are you in mourning?
A woman, Heracles.
Was she related to you?
Not by blood, but there were bonds. I loved her. We all loved her.
Why was she living here?
We took her in after her father died. She was an orphan.
I have come at a bad time. I'm sorry, Admetus.
What are you doing?
Leaving, of course. I have other friends in these parts. I can stay with them.
No! Heracles, I won't allow it.
Your house is in mourning. I'd only be a burden.
The dead are nothing. You must stay, I insist.
But it wouldn't be right, Admetus. Now is a time for mourning, not entertaining friends.
I can do both. The guest rooms are separate from the house.
Let me go somewhere else, Admetus. Grant me this favor as a friend.
Impossible.
I can go down
Not another word. You there. Take our guest inside. Open up the rooms on the east wing of the house. Serve him dinner and wine. Spare him nothing. And shut the doors on the courtyard. I don't want his dinner disturbed by the sounds of mourning.
Are you mad, Admetus? How can you entertain a guest at a time like this?
Heracles is my friend. Why should I turn him away? What good would that do? My wife would still be dead. Why lose his company and hear my house called inhospitable? I have pain enough without that. And I owe Heracles a great deal. His hospitality is lavish when I stay with him in Argos, and Argos is a thirsty place.
If he is your friend, then why hide your pain from him?
If he knew what happened here, he would never have stayed. Call me a fool if you wish, but I won't shut my door to a friend in need, no matter the circumstances.
Amazing.
Won't call him a fool.
I can't believe it.
I'll call him godly.
Who but Admetus?
Amazing.
Extraordinary.
Just like before.
Yes.
Admetus, once more your generosity amazes us. You welcomed a lowly shepherd into your house. Treated him as a guest, not a slave. Your guest was God, Admetus. Apollo, god of Delphi.
He blessed your land with his divine song. Lynxes and lions lay down by his side. Fawns frisked and danced to his sweet shepherd's notes. Heed the call, O human Aias. Know by heart Apollo's song. Cleave to hopes that God had planted. Blessings past may be lifelong. A song resounding from every hill, stirring nature to do God's will, releases us from a grievous loss. O human Aias.
Apollo, god of Delphi, blessed your land with abundance. He blessed you, as no mortal king has been blessed.
And now another guest appears, son of a god. Once more you welcome and honor him.
A sublime kindness.
Despite your raging grief, at your lowest moment, you lift yourself up to help a friend.
I have a growing hope that all, by grace of God, may yet be well. Kai nun doman petasas, dexato xenano tero blefaro. Letas filas clayao alohiun kun en domas in artithane.
I saw the sun, and from its splendor there burst on me the deepest truth. Man reaps as he sows. Blessed is he who sows the good, with kindness stirring and grace abounding. Our King has planted seeds of rare worth. What will we see when they have flowered and bless the earth?
My friends, I am grateful for your love and loyalty. Thank you for staying. We will proceed with the funeral. Before I bury my beloved wife, will you please sing the customary last farewell?
Wait, Admetus, your father Pheres approaches.
My son, I have come to help you bear the burden of your grief. You have lost a fine, loving wife, but you must be strong and endure. Let us honor Alcestis as she deserves. Accept these tokens of my respect, and let her take them with her to the underworld. She died to save your life, my son. She would not leave me a childless old man, dragging out my dying years, deprived of my only comfort. And by her bravery in death, she has been a credit. No, a glory to her sex. Savior of my son, courageous and generous to the last, who raised me up when I was down. Fare you well and rest in peace. Son, your wife was a goddess. She was worth her weight in gold. and gold is what I give her.
Who asked you to come? Who invited you? Not her, and not I. Your love's a lie. All words, so keep your gold. She'll never wear your vulgar trinkets. She'll be buried as she is.
What's this?
Be gone! Who needs you? Who needs you now? You say that you came to help me. The time for help was when I had to die. And where were you then? Vanished. Nowhere to be found. You disappeared and let another die in your place, though you were old and she was young, and now you cry for her? You have the gall to come here and pretend to care. You never gave a damn about me. Can you really be my father? Did the woman I call my mother really give me birth? Or am I the son of a slave, smuggled into your house to suck at her barren breast? When courage was required, when dying was the issue, you showed what you really are, not my father, but a sniveling coward. Gods! Can any man match your unmanliness? A withered bag of bones at death's door, but refusing to die, not daring to. Letting a woman from outside of the family do your duty? To her and her alone I owe the tenderness and love I would have lavished on you if you had loved me like a son. If I were you, I would have fought, yes, fought, for the privilege of dying for my son. What more can life offer you anyway? Every happiness a man could have, you had. You inherited a kingdom when you were still a boy. You had a son, so your succession was secure and you could die in peace. You cannot say that you abandoned me because I neglected you. I gave you every honor a son could give, and how have you and my mother repaid me? You would have let me die. Well, your time is running out, old man. You'd better hurry if you're going to breed another son to care for you in your old age and stuff you into the ground. So help me God, I will never lift a hand to bury you. Consider me already dead, since that's what you wanted.
Enough, Admetus. You cannot speak to your father like this.
Gods, how I hate them. These desiccated, doddering old fools telling you how much they want to die. Whining about old age and its indignities, but let them get the slightest glimpse of death. And suddenly they stick like leeches to the light and tell you life's not so bad.
Who do you think you are, boy? Who do you think you're talking to? Don't turn your back on me. I am a prince of Thessaly and will not be abused by a whining child. Damn you, boy. I made you lord and master of this house. I gave you life. I raised you. I am not obliged to die for you as well. Do you think my father died for me? There is no law in Greece that children have a claim on their father's lives. All you deserve from me, you have. I made you the ruler of a rich and populous country, and I intend to leave you the vast domain my father left to me. So how have I wronged you? What more do I owe you? Life? No! You live yours, and I'll live mine. You do your own dying, and I'll do mine. You love the light. Don't you think I love it too? Death is an eternity, and life is all the sweeter for being short. You're quite a fighter, boy. You fought like hell to live at any price and survived only by taking someone else's life. You murdered your wife and now accuse me of cowardice. You, who let a woman outdo you in bravery, let her die so her little baby boy could live. What a marvel! What a prodigy! At so young an age to have found the way to immortality. Just keep marrying and force all your wives to die in your place.
Please, Fairy, stop. This is too much.
You go too far.
Remember, Admetus is in mourning.
No. Let him rave on. He's so greedy for life he'll outlive Zeus.
Who killed that girl you're burying?
You did! Your coward is dead!
My cowardice.
I hope I live to see the day when you come crawling to me for help.
Now that's your way, not mine. Go and court more women so they all can die.
You worthless coward. You don't deserve to live.
But I'm alive whether you like it or not. Now stop this tantrum and bury your dead.
Don't expect the world to praise you when you die. If you ever do.
They don't give a damn what people say about me after I'm gone.
God, what contemptible words. Do old men lose all sense of honor?
Honor. Your wife had honor. Lot of good it did her.
Out of my sight! Let me bury my wife.
Yes. Let the murderer bury his victim in peace.
Go and be damned. You and that woman I used to call my mother, you have no son. Grow old, both of you, as you deserve, childless and alone. Never let me see you in this house again, so help me God, I disown you both. And now, friends, let us perform our sad task. Please sing the final farewell.
O Peleus thugater, hairus samoyen, aida domoisin, tonana lionoi konoi ketaoi. Alcestis.
Ah, this house has seen a lot of guests of all kinds and all manners. God knows I've done my best to make them comfortable, even when they've been rude or uncouth. But this new guest is without a doubt the worst I've ever seen. Any fool could have seen Admetus was in mourning, but this jackanapes just barges in and makes himself right at home. Any man with a shred of decency or common sense could have seen Admetus was distraught and accepted what we had to offer without a lot of sound and fury. But not this lummox! There's no satisfying him if I don't bring him what he wants. Immediately, he bellows, "Damn it, move it, hurry up!"
Damn it! Move it! Hurry up!
Then he picks up a bowl of wine, both hands at once, just like a peasant, and swills it down like it's grape juice. And before you can say Dionysus, he's under the table with a myrtle wreath wrapped around his head, murdering some ridiculous song.
I will drink all night. I can go the distance.
Worse yet, I'm forbidden by the king to show my grief. I have to stay behind and entertain this booby while the queen is being buried. I wanted to attend her funeral. I wanted to pay my respects and say goodbye. I loved Alcestis. She was kind to all of us, more like a mother than a mistress. And she could always control the king, even when he threw one of his tantrums. I should be there, honoring her, but no. I have to stay and wait hand and foot on this drunken numbskull.
Hey, you there. Yeah, I mean you. What's your problem? Servants are supposed to be polite. God damn it, serve with a smile. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a party pooper. Here, I am your master's best friend, and all you can do is glower at me. Why? 'Cause someone you barely knew dropped dead. Come here a minute. Now I'll let you in on a little secret. Make a man of you. I mean, wise you up. We all gotta die. You know what it's like to be a man? I mean, do you really understand the human condition? I can see you don't. So listen, babe. We all gotta die, and that's a fact. No one knows the odds on death. Here today, gone tomorrow. Poof! That's life. That's fate. There's just no knowing. So what do you say? Cheer up and have a little drink, huh? Live for today. Tomorrow never knows. And there's something else to remember, baby. Oh, Aphrodite. Oh, don't forget Aphrodite, because that's a good little goddess. They just don't come any sweeter than Aphrodite. Oh, take my advice. Forget your troubles. Put these flowers on your head. Have a drink and drown your sorrows. Bottoms up.
Please, sir, try to understand this is a house of mourning.
Oh, is that so? Oh, just because a woman's dead. A stranger, too, I hear. I mean, sure, it's sad, but where's the tragedy? Admetus' family is alive and well, and that's what counts.
Alive and well? You mean you still don't know what has happened here?
Of course I know. Admetus told me so himself. Wait a minute. What's going on?
You know the master. He's hospitable to a fault. Sometimes his kindness goes too far.
I know his kindness well, but what are you saying?
I'm not saying anything.
Did Admetus lie to me?
I'm sorry. You couldn't have come at a worse time.
So it wasn't a stranger who died.
Please let it go. Let us mourn our dead in peace.
Who died? One of the children? Old Pheres? Who?
Admetus' queen, sir. Alcestis. Alcestis is dead.
Alcestis dead. You let me drink like a swine while Alcestis was dead?
Admetus loves and honors you, sir. He couldn't bear to turn you away.
Oh my god. Alcestis dead. Oh, poor Admetus.
When she died, the whole house, every one of us died with her.
Oh. I should have known. I should have known when I saw him work so hard to welcome me. I sensed his sorrow, his grief. I saw it, oh, but like a fool, I chose to believe his story. How could he deceive me like that, forcing me to accept his hospitality against my will? While he was mourning his wife, I was getting drunk and disgracing myself, acting like a slob, and you let me do it. Oh, the whole house throbbing with sorrow, and you never said a word.
I'm sorry, sir. Admetus ordered me not to.
At least tell me where the funeral is being held. Where can I find Admetus?
Go straight that way, on the road to Larissa, just outside the walls. Forgive me, sir. The likes of me do as we're told.
Now, Heracles, another trial begins. Come, my ancient, heroic spirit, and assist my hard, enduring hands, calloused with my many labors. Come, and prove what man I am. Prove me, Heracles, the hero's son my mortal mother bore to Zeus Almighty. Alcestis is gone, but I will bring her back. Back from death into Admetus' arms. Admetus' kindness is extraordinary. It deserves and it will get extraordinary thanks. Soon, I think, the god of death, those black wings beating overhead, will swoop down and settle by the tomb to drink the sacrificial blood. That's where I'll find her. I'll lie in ambush, and when she comes, I'll break from my hiding place and clamp her in a hold so hard she cannot break it, immortal though she is. Oh, let her struggle. I'll crush her in my grip until she does my will and lets Alcestis go. But if death fails to come, if the bait of blood does not catch her, I'll go beneath the earth, down to the underworld, and the god of hell himself myself and demand this back. Oh, mark my words, I'll force my way below and bring her home. Admetus was racked with grief, but even so, he made me welcome. Where in all Thessaly, where in all the world could anyone find a friend so magnanimous? Oh, never let it be said that my spirit is less magnanimous than his.
Oh, home. No home. Oh, walls of pain I cannot enter. Cannot leave. Hurt has no words. Hurt will not be still. Oh, let me die. I envy the dead. I belong with Alcestis. My life is all below.
No, Admetus, your place is here. With us, your people.
And with your children. Remember your pledge to Alcestis. You must be strong like her.
You must return home.
Must find a way to live.
It would have been better. Better by far if we had never married. She and I never loved, never lived in this house together. Who would choose such pain if he could live alone and never know how much he had to lose?
Better by far to have known the love of a woman like Alcestis. What a gift to have known her, to have been loved by her as you were.
This sorrow will last forever.
Admetus, a friend of mine once lost his child. His only son, a beautiful boy, as bright a light in the world as I've ever seen. But the child took ill, and he died. How would my friend survive? I feared that he wouldn't, but he did. He has. He bore his loss with dignity, as bravely as he could.
But this house, how can I call it home? How can I go in remembering how happy I once was? I remember our wedding day. Torches blazed in the dusk, friends sang and danced and drank our happiness, blessing my beautiful bride. And now, the only song is the cry of mourning, and the friends who bring me home weep instead of cheer. And the bed where I first knew love, it will be there, but Alcestis will not.
You had never known suffering, Admetus. Now you do.
Oh, the gods.
It is time, Admetus. Time to return to your home.
Dear friends, Alcestis rests in peace. No pain, no hurt will touch her now, and fame is hers forever. As for me, I should be dead. It was wrong of me. Terribly wrong. Weak. To let my wife die in my place. I know it now. Too late. How can I go on living in this house? This dead house, this house of silence. I cannot stay here. But where can I go? The city is full of young women like Alcestis, flocking the festivals and dances. I could not bear to look at them. And what will people say when they see me? There goes that man who was afraid to die. The coward who let his wife go down to Hades in his place. Do you call that a man? What kind of man would let his wife outdo him in bravery? What kind of man curses his father and mother because he was afraid of dying himself? Who but a coward? They would say these things. They would be right.
Admetus, Ananke holds you in its grip. Ananke, call it necessity.
Death.
Fate.
It heeds no sacrifice.
It has no cult or shrine.
Against its might, there is no magic in our spells.
Power in our songs.
No virtue in our herbs or healing arts.
There is nothing stronger, more relentless. By Ananke, the will of Zeus is done.
The prophets know it.
The poets too.
We must be patient and endure.
Ananke is stone. Admetus, Ananke holds you in its grip. Be brave and bear this patiently. Though you mourn Alcestis always, you cannot bring her back to life. Great heroes die. Even the sons of gods leave the light.
Alive, Alcestis had our love. In death she has it still, for she was the noblest of all women.
The bravest of all mortals.
If the good are blessed, and courage has its due, then the queen herself of all the dead will rise in homage.
Glory is her right, Admetus. Her grave is no ordinary tomb. It is a shrine to be honored as men honor gods. A sacred place where pilgrims will kneel and pray. Hail, Lady, Mistress of Mercy, by your bravery and love, bless us. Be gracious.
Onward, upward, hither, yonder, somewhere, elsewhere, and all parts between.
Heracles.
Admetus, when a man is angry with his friend, he should speak his mind freely and not pussyfoot around. As your friend, I thought I had the right to stand beside you in your hour of need, but you misled me. You deliberately concealed the truth. Instead of telling me Alcestis was dead, you let me think you were burying a stranger. Gave me food and drink as though nothing had happened here. Nothing at all. There you were, mourning your wife's death, while I, like an idiot, was wreathing my head with flowers, pouring libations to the gods, and getting drunk. Drunk at a time like this. It was wrong of you, Admetus, to treat a friend this way.
Forgive me, Heracles. I had troubles enough without driving you away or burdening you with my grief. Why put you through that? I couldn't.
Let it pass, old friend. I didn't come here to shame you. I have a favor to ask.
Anything, Heracles.
You see this woman here? Do me a favor and keep her for me until I finish with my mission in Thrace. I'll come back for her after I smite Diomedes and capture his horses. But if I don't come back, the gods forbid, then keep this woman as a servant in your house. A gift to you, Admetus. A very precious gift.
Where did you win her, Heracles?
Not far from here. I happened to pass a place where games were being held. Contests open to all comers with some pretty tempting prizes. Well, to make a long story short, I entered the wrestling matches and won first prize. This woman here. So take good care of her, Admetus. She's worth it.
Oh, Heracles, you ask the one favor I cannot grant. I beg you, bestow her elsewhere. You have many friends in Thessaly. Give her to someone who is not in mourning. I am crushed with sorrow as it is, Heracles. Do not give me more.
Why would keeping this woman cause you pain?
Besides, where in this house could a young girl stay? I can see that she is young and attractive. Protecting her won't be easy. You know how men are. I'd have to put her in Alcestis' room. Let her use Alcestis' bed, and how would that look? Everyone would think the worst and say I'm sleeping with that girl, betraying the wife who died to save me. It would be a scandal. Enough to make Alcestis scream from beyond the grave. Young lady, whoever you are. Oh my God.
What's the matter, man?
She looks like Alcestis. So much like her, so beautiful. Heracles, please. This is too much. Take her away right now, this instant, please. I'm crushed with sorrow as it is. Do not give me more.
You're not making sense, old friend.
Seeing this woman, this second Alcestis, day in and day out, would be torture. A constant reminder of my loss. I cannot do it.
I'm sorry, Admetus. If I could have brought Alcestis back, if I had the strength, I would have.
I know, Heracles. Even you can't conquer death.
So bear it like a man. Get your life back on track. You can't mourn your wife forever.
Oh, yes, I can. And I intend to.
What good will it do?
It will do no good at all. I mourn forever because I must.
Time will dull the pain.
Only death will dull it. And it can't come soon enough.
Don't talk that way, Admetus. I won't hear it.
I can't forget what I did, Heracles.
But you must. A new wife could help you forget, Admetus.
Are you mad, Heracles? How could you suggest such a thing?
You won't remarry.
Never.
Alcestis is dead. How does this help her?
I swore an oath I won't break it.
Nobly spoken, friend. But never is a very cold place. Well, at least make this woman welcome in your house.
I have told you I cannot.
Do me this favor, Admetus.
I beg you, by your father Zeus, don't ask me.
It would be a mistake to say no.
It would be an abomination to say yes.
Let me have my way, Admetus. Do me one final kindness.
It's too much.
Giving in might bring you luck.
How I wish you'd never won her.
Oh, but where I'm a winner, you're a winner, Admetus. Friends share and share alike.
Please, Heracles.
Take another look at her first, Admetus. Are you sure you want her to leave?
Okay, Heracles. I surrender, but unwillingly.
You won't be sorry.
Take this woman inside.
No, I won't give this woman to servants.
Then take her in yourself.
No, I won't put this woman in anyone's hands but yours.
I refuse to touch her. Let her go in by herself.
No, Admetus, you must take her.
Why are you doing this?
Courage, Admetus. Welcome your guest. Give her your hand.
Here is my hand.
Good God, man. You look as if you're meeting the Medusa. You have her?
I do.
Then keep her. She is yours to have and to hold. Someday, Admetus, you will know your kindness was not wasted on the son of Zeus, your good friend and grateful guest. Rejoice, old friend. Your day of mourning is over.
Oh, gods in heaven! This is a miracle! Is it really you, Alcestis? Or some chimera sent by the gods to drive me mad?
No chimera, Admetus. What you see is real.
But how can this be? I held her dead in my arms. I buried her. Oh, dearest Alcestis, beyond all hope I hold you, whom I never thought to see again. Oh, my noblest, kindest friend, may the great God who fathered you guard you and keep you safe. You've given me back my life. But how is to be wondered at. How did you manage this miracle?
I fought with the deity who had charge of her.
Death. Where did you find her?
Beside the tomb. I took her by surprise and threw her to the ground. She never knew what hit her.
Who but you could have accomplished this? But why is Alcestis so still? Why doesn't she speak?
Oh, she is forbidden to speak until 3 days have passed, and she has been purified from her consecration to the gods below. Now, Admetus, take her in, and in the future treat your guests and those you love as they deserve.
I will, old friend. I promise.
And so, goodbye. The road calls me onward. Diomedes and his horses await.
Stay with us a while longer, friend. Let us celebrate this miracle together. Let me thank you as you deserve.
Another time, Admetus. I have work to do. Work that cannot wait.
Success go with you, then. And when your work is done, come back and be our guest.
You have my word.
A hero's word. I now proclaim a feast of thanksgiving. To celebrate this wondrous event, let the high altars blaze, and let all people rejoice. Let there be revelry, music, and dance. We have passed through darkness to a new and brighter day. Now I know what it is to be blessed.